Look at this split screen. On the left, we have a computer processing a dense, raw block of code. On the right, a comic book. Unlike machines, human eyes don't naturally digest uniform blocks of data. We rely on distinct visual cues to tell us where to look. As children, we learn to interpret events by following illustrations alongside text. Notice how the eye instinctively traces this path, starting at the large title and flowing smoothly down through the panels. Now look at this hypothetical landing page for a travel agency. It's an unformatted, dull wall of text spanning the entire screen. Without visual priority, the viewer has no idea where to start or what matters most. We can fix this. By applying specific graphic principles to our layout, we can establish a clear hierarchy that guides the human eye through the content in an intentional order. These layout choices prioritize the viewer's natural scanning habits over the computer's method of processing raw data blocks. Watch what happens when we adjust the size of our text. By drastically enlarging the words beach resort package, we create an immediate entry point. Large elements dominate smaller ones, signaling what the rest of the text will deliver, exactly like a newspaper headline. Next, consider color. In this foggy scene, your eye immediately jumps to the bright yellow high-vis vest, then to the deep burgundy coat, and lastly to the muted gray hoodie fading into the fog. Brighter, richer colors consistently grab attention over drab, washed-out shades. Back on our travel layout, changing the Book Now button to a rich yellow makes it instantly pop out. Contrast builds on color. Splitting the layout horizontally, light background for cheerful vacation details, dark for dense utility details, visually separates the content. By adjusting size, color, and contrast, you force the viewer to start reading exactly where you intend. Now watch how alignment creates order. The text snaps into a left-aligned column, and the login button shifts to the expected top right corner. When you establish a strict alignment, breaking it, like inserting this offset magazine pull quote, draws immediate, deliberate focus. Breaking this dense text into paragraphs with subheaders makes it digestible. The empty gaps between sections, highlighted in green, are white space, letting the eye zero in. While white space separates, proximity connects. Red brackets group subheaders with their paragraphs, signaling these items are related. Organizing elements through alignment and spacing reduces the effort required to parse the page, keeping the reader from abandoning the content. We also need consistency. When these scattered text phrases simultaneously turn blue and receive an underline, you instantly recognize them as hyperlinks. Repeating a style trains the brain to recognize how certain elements function. Test contrast with a background choice, the smooth, sandy beach on the left, or the textured, dark pebbles on the right. If you picked the sand, you're right. The dark pebbles fail because excessive texture introduces visual noise, competing with the text. Let's drop that smooth sand texture behind our organized layout. The subtle style sets the beach-themed tone without distracting from the text. Consistent unifiers like texture and repetition build a framework that supports the primary message instead of competing with it. Let's look at the difference. We started with an unreadable, uniform wall of text. By applying hierarchy, we've created a landing page where every element has a clear role. Follow this glowing line to trace the exact path the eye now travels. It lands first on the massive headline, drops immediately to the bright yellow button, and then naturally scans through the grouped, spaced-out features. Mastering these principles allows you to turn a static block of information into a sequence that dictates exactly what your audience sees and in what order. Here's your summary guide. Size, color, and contrast grab attention. Alignment, white space, and proximity organize the space. Repetition and texture unify the design. Use these 8 specific tools anytime you need to control where your audience looks.